Reviving a piece of American history, a local organization continuing their work in restoring a World War II aircraft that crash landed in 2020.
News 10 ABC's Harrison Grubb has more on how it's going.
Inside a hangar outside Albany Airport, the remainder of a fuselage and scattered aircraft parts as mechanics work to piece Old Glory back together.
It's always an honor working on a piece of history.
During World War II, the B-25 Mitchell flew U.S. missions in the Mediterranean.
We do know that it was delivered to the Army Air Corps in 1944. We know that it transitioned over to North Africa and then got deployed with squadrons in Italy. We know that its last bombing mission was in April of 1945.
After the war, she served as a firebomber and tanker domestically before being retired from service in the 1950s. In August of 2019, Old Glory was purchased by David Prescott to be a part of the hangar at 743's collection. But just over a year later, it made an emergency landing in California on its way back to New York from Pearl Harbor, where it had been commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Allied victory over Japan.
They had a fuel issue and had to put the plane down in a field.
Less than a year after Old Glory went down, she returned to the capital region in several shipping containers.
I saw American history.
And the work began.
Our plan in the coming weeks is to start getting the airplane back on its feet, and that entails restoring the landing gear and the center section. That way we can start adding all the other parts to the airplane.
One of the key figures in the restoration,
it's not repairable, but you cut it off.
Is Tom Riley, whose passion began decades ago when he was a Cessna pilot.
It up taxis a P-51 Mustang. What is that? Big 4-inch propeller, fire coming out of the exhaust. I said, take me for a ride, and he did. I was hooked.
He was brought on as the lead mechanic in the project after decades of restoring World War II aircraft, including reviving an XP-82 twin Mustang that hadn't flown since 1949, a project that took over 200,000 hours to complete.
Knowing to never fly again, and I looked at it, parts of it in a salvage yard up there in Ohio. I looked at it and I said, I can put that together, and we did.
Excited to do the same with Old Glory.
It's an honor to get another project that's not ever supposed to fly again, and I'll make it flyable. I and the men here will make it flyable.
Some of the shipping containers that brought Old Glory back to Albany, now filled with an array of different parts that can be reused.
We'll go through every single one of these stringers.
The restoration is just part of the Prescott Foundation's mission. David Prescott, a former Navy nuclear engineer, started the organization in an effort to preserve the history of World War II aircraft, while also giving back to veterans and other heroes.
We really focus on living history and keeping our living history alive.
A cause that's also getting a boost from a local business.
I'm a huge aviation nerd, so I had to get my hands into this and try to do any way possible to, get some funds together for them to actually have that warbird flying again.
The cidery and brewery at Indian Ladder Farms is working to brew an American lager named after Old Glory, beginning back in December 2021, even using ingredients that would have been used by local brewers during World War II.
What do you think this is going to taste like once it's all said and done?
The 40s.
And while she may not look like her former self yet, everyone is dedicated to bring her back to glory.
What's it going to be like when this thing's back in the air?
It's going to be amazing. What's most amazing is when people hear and see and smell it when it's running and going. It's just awe-inspiring.
Now, the foundation hopes that Old Glory can fly over the capital region again in the coming years.
And I would love to raise a glass and toast her when she does.
Of course, yeah.